Kaganax Hope and everything. It's got the spell bonus for a fifth piece bonus, so I can only push that on my swords. It's not like a Seducer where I'd rather have that on both bars. If you do want to run Sword and Board back bar instead of the Destro, definitely an option. Maybe Seducer would actually outperform Kaganax Hope in that situation, so you can spam Breath of Life. So even another option is Alteration Master. I do not like the dead slot on it, however, the 6% cost mitigation on the ultimate is very nice. People have said it it works on block and roll dodge and break free and all that shit. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. But that is another option if you are firm by your sword and board on back bar. You get used to playing with it, and as you see, I play with only 11.5 max stamina, so you really get used to playing with this setup. It's about going in the mist when you're running low on resources. One more the stam end. Now, I'm going to show you one more time when I'm running. I got the two swords, Kaganax Hope, Lightning Staff. Defending, because that's our healing bar. I do run Destro over Resto for the Destro ult, obviously, for outnumbered. That Destro ult is nice. Dueling, if it's been going on for 10-15 minutes, you just want to end it duel. It's a nifty little fucking surprise to pull out of your hat. The Destro ult is really nice. But my biggest thing is the Elemental Drain. This update, Elemental Drain, is so overpowered. Between that and Vampire's Bane, you literally get 800 magic recovery. 400 per second. Not even just that, is that penetration is why we do so much damage. It feels like we are in light armor. When you get hit, remember, that is almost 3,000 just with the major sorcery buff. As soon as you throw a Vampire's Bane, it's going to go up by about another 150. And with that penetration, and still 32.5 max magic, ain't that bad. You do have Scoria to boot too, so it's about planning your combos. When you hear the Scoria drop is when you want to go in your big burst. We do have the two Scoria, Haikijos on all big pieces. Rattle Cage Curse, you only need 2 pieces impen on the body. Shoulders reinforced, haven't got impen. Now this is personal preference. You can run Undaunted Passes, however for sustained purposes I run 2 light, which is going to be my Kaganax Hope. If you're going Soul Shine or something, you can still push it in with the spinner. If you're going Soul Shine with Rattle Cage, however, you're going to have to go light on your head and shoulders and medium on your head and shoulders, and it's going to take from fucking resistances. Belt and hands are your lowest resistances. If you're ever wearing light armor, that is what you want. 2 pieces is, I think, 4%. We can get into that right now in a second, but it is per piece. It is literally 6% of your max magic or cost just alone for wearing the 2 pieces, and 8% recovery. So if I take off 1, I'm going to lose 4% recovery, and I'm going to lose 3% cost. That's about 7% mitigation for an extra 2% health, magic, and stamina. To me, I don't need it. I'd rather the cost reduction. Our resistances are high enough. Let's go look at the back bar. This is where your heals are and shit like that. Once again, the spell damage is only major sorcery. You've got another minor sorcery. You've got the glyph on the lightning staff. But that's pretty much the stats buffed up when you're on your healing bar. Those are pretty nuts. Yeah, so the 2 light pieces, heavy legs, heavy shoes. I run reduced cost if you want extra magic recovery, and to be honest, I'm coin flip. I don't know what I like better. It's pretty much all the same shit to me. Because sweeps, you're not spamming. It's not like a Nightblade or a Sorcerer even when you're hitting that. Sweeps take 1.1 seconds to cast. You can't really spam it, so the recovery is really nice. You're not going to get 2 sweeps to the 1 recovery anyways. However, reduced magic cost, if you go on a Breath of Life spam, is nice. However, I don't care either fucking way personally. And then I've got 2 spell damage. 2 spell damage. Just to give us that little bit of nuke. Now, this is where it gets sweet. The recovery part. You got your Channeled Focus. 120 every half second is 480 magic recovery just from the channel. That is how you keep the damage mitigated. No, that's your spell and physical resistance buff. And now this is the sweet part about Rattle Cage. Rattle Cage is kind of an asset, I'm not gonna lie, but it gives you that extra skill. That extra skill is where it gets crucial. Elemental Drain. Applies minor magic steal to your enemy for 24 seconds, causing you and your allies to restore 400 magic every 1 second when damaging them. That Vampire's Bane texts every second. maybe second and a half, 2 seconds. You got that ritual down. You're sweeping. Sweeping is constantly proccing that. Not only just that, is between that, the vein, or that, the bane, and the channel, this mist, you're actually getting a shit ton of magic back in mist, regardless of it being mist, which is another reason why the recovery is as low as it is, because like I said, we're getting so much just from these two skills. Between this 800 every second, or every 2 seconds, that's 800 magic recovery, and then this being down, that's another 480. That is 1280. That is almost 1300 magic recovery. Plus that 1282 that's guaranteed. And I got the cost reduction on there. If you want more, you can go into another reduction. However, I'm playing just fine with this spec. This is a controversial skill. I use Ritual of Retribution just because I like to proc my Elemental Drain. I like to proc my Scoria. I don't know if this update of extending Ritual is proccing Fasalas. However, Ritual of Retribution will proc Fasalas, and that is going to be your Kryptonite. However, I was fighting somebody with Fasalas, and I fought them, and it seemed to be that my channel's focus was actually proccing their Fasalas, because I wasn't even dropping Ritual. I don't know if it's because it slows them down or whatever, so extended Ritual in this update might still proc Fasala's Guile, which therefore you'd obviously want Ritual of Retribution for PvP, especially while wearing Scoria. Yeah. And another thing I want to talk about on this Elemental Drain skill, once again, I'm not sure if this is confirmed or not, but I had a player tell me in a duel a couple days ago that this Elemental Drain is literally stealing 800 magic from your target per second too. This is kind of like a poison, and if you really want to be a cocksucker, you want to stack it with poisons, it's just craziness. Let's get to the front bar here. Our Radiant, Noodle Radiant, but sweeps are hitting for 1444 on buff, just standing here jerking our weenus. 11-5, not the greatest. Fuck, that skill, it's kind of broken right now. I use Vampire's Bane just because I like the dot time, I like it to be constantly up. And I wanted to proc Elemental Drain for as long as possible. If you're going up against multiples, or you're taking this to the Citadel, you might want Reflective Light. And it's just a personal preference. Toppling Charge, Gap Closer, absolutely need it. Javelin, this is another controversial skill. You can throw shards there if you want to help your friends out. Sometimes I toy around with it, though the stunning isn't obviously as... what's the word I'm looking for here? I can't stun as often as I'd like, I guess, due to how some players play without my Javelin, but sometimes I'll throw Petrifying Light. Nice heal, especially when you drop your Dawnbreaker and everything. You just spam sweeps on them like fuck. I've done some crazy shit. Sorcerers, you know, they'll eat their shields. You stun them as that thing pops. It's just craziness. Craziness, craziness, craziness. And Dawnbreaker is the ultimate. I do have Soul Assault. I got Devouring Swarm. I've even got Star. However, the Dawnbreaker is easy to drop combos with. If you want to do a big burst, gotta wait till you hear your Scoria. My thing is, I throw my Vampire's Bane up, throw my Ritual down, throw my Channeled up, Alley Drain, and then I just start spamming Sweep. Even though the stun is there, I'll still Sweep spam them. I want to get them to about half. Or I want to wait till that Scoria procs. You're going to hear the Scoria come down. That is when you drop your Dawnbreaker. And you're going to see the burst that you drop. Like, I've taken people from full to no with that combo. We've got a huge health pool. The damage is just insane. Another thing is, once again with the Ellie Drain, I always forget about this. This is free. You go up against a Templar or something, just spamming Ritual or fucking doing whatever, you know, or cleansing. You can literally spam that. It is free. You can run Engine Guardian. I think this even might proc Engine. I'm not 100% sure. Which will give you resources back. If you don't feel like going Destro on Magplar, like I said, you'd go Sword Board, obviously. And there you would replace that with the Radiant Aura. You'd probably want to put Star and Nuclear heals. I don't really use Bat Swarm even when I'm outnumbered. I don't know why, I don't like it. I feel that the heal when you're going up against 4 or 5 good players are still going to just damage through it, you know. Star would be my backbar choice. It's going to give you that extra little bit of magic, and that's going to fucking help with your heals quite a bit. It's something, you know. Still big AoE burst. It's not bad. Dawnbreaker would still be my choice. Radial Sweep, you can run that. However, the stun from the Dawnbreaker, when the Scoria drops and then you go right into the sweep, is what's crucial. You can run this. The only thing that I found that was a big problem with it was when I went into a Javelin and I tried to sweep, sometimes the Javelin would actually hit them slightly too far. And the radial sweep distance wasn't as good as, obviously, the Dawnbreaker distance. 10 meters opposed to the 6 meters. So I chose personally the Dawnbreaker. It's all about, you know, like I said, wait until you hear that Scoria. Them standing in their rituals and shit like that. Scoria just procs non-stop. I can't say it enough how much Scoria procs. I get complaints about it. I got people whining and bitching to me. Scoria's nice. For duels, to be honest, if you really wanted to take off Destro, you could actually put Shooting Star there. Obviously, if you're on Sword and Board, you can't. However, like I said, you're going to get into some duels where fights are going to go for like 10-15 minutes, and you're just going to get tired of it, and you're going to try to drop Destro, and most of the time they're not even expecting it. I've only got one potion. Tri-stat potions are what I use this update. They really fucked up Malabeth, so I don't really run those anymore, not on my Nightblade, not on anything. Witch Mother's Potent Brew is the food. And I think that really covers about it. Go through Templar skills here. Blazing Spear still, that's for trial purposes. I don't really put that on my bar. For PvP purposes, I'd probably go with the Luminous, to be honest. Petrifying Light, if you don't want to put that on, or Javelin. Dark Flare is an amazing skill. You peg motherfuckers with one of those and then go into your fucking Dawnbreaker combo and then sweep them, and their heals are going to be nuked. Breath of Life, like I said, is a small scalar solo. You do get some back from the Honor of the Dead, but you just got so much recovery. You're going to see Breath of Life is just so helpful. Dual wield, my only dual wield passives I have are on Twin Blade and Blunt. You actually don't need the rest while using dual wield attacks while dual wielding. We don't go off weapon damage, increases weapon damage with dual wield abilities, you know, we don't go off any of that. Destruction Step, got all the passives. Light armor, all the one piece medium armor, we got all the heavy armor. We got our Vampirism maxed out. Vampirism. Elusive Mist. That's how we get out of our talons, get out of Destro Waltz, get out of pretty much anything and everything. Don't be afraid to spam that bitch, because you are going to get magic back while in the mist. For this, you only really want the stand recovery. Even when I play its Vampire Stage 2, though I don't really do it often, the Elusive Mist cost doesn't really affect me. The only classes you really run Elusive Mist on are DKs and shit like that. I keep it on my bar at all times though. Tremor Scale, that's going to pull you away. Dawnbreaker, passives, we only got the ultimate regen, and then the additional bonus to vampires and werewolves. Mage's Guild all maxed out. Soul and Support all maxed out. Brenton skills all maxed out. We do got the alchemy passives done. I don't understand why the fuck I have chemistry done or whatever. I don't know. I'm a fucking moron. And that's really about it. Now I'm gonna show you a quick duel real quick. Collection, suspense. And we're just gonna show a quick duel. Ooh, 600 CP. I don't really like fighting lobies. Lobies are fucking crumbs. Mind you, there's some good lobies. So don't knock a motherfucker because it's level or nothing. Alright, OG. I'll give OG a lap real quick. So as you see, dropping his mines. Mist, perfect example of why Mist is crucial right here. Mist is just must be on the bar. He cannot drop mines. It's going to cost him more to mine it, or for him to drop his mines, and it's going to cost me to miss. Stun. Oh no, I'm a little laggy, boys. Oh, I'm mad laggy. Only got one potion for this. But as you see, my resources, even in mist, are still coming back. And this is what I'm talking about. I got him right where I want him. Dawnbreaker. Right into the Scoria. Done. Good night. Have yourself a good fight. I hope you guys enjoyed the Templar spec, because I'm going to keep going with them. Have yourselves a good one.